What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream right here in this channel every Tuesday, Thursday, and Sunday morning, so come by and say hello. All right, guys, you can tell I'm going to have a streak of maybe some bullish videos here, but I am getting excited about all the cool stuff that is happening over the next, we'll call it 2 months, as well as the next kind of year when we think about Splinterlands and all of the fun that will be dropping over the next couple of weeks. So, the main thing that I wanted to cover in this video is how much SPS would we be burning at this current price, and I'm gonna actually round this up to 1.4 cents. How much SPS would we be burning for every billion DEC that we bring into the marketplace? So as you can see here, we have 4.6 billion that are currently technically in circulation. We have like 700 to 800 million that's locked up in the DAO. The team is holding another good portion of that, although they probably will sell out of that or sell that back into the marketplace. And then when we take a look at the circulating supply of SPS, you got 453 million that are currently liquid. Although, the DAO owns some, and there's a good amount in liquidity pools as well. Now, I don't want to dive too far into that. I think it's close to maybe 250 to 300 million. But the big number here is, assuming DEC is at PEG, right? Every billion DEC would be roughly $1 million in terms of USD, right, with DEC at PEG. And if you take that divided by the 1.4 cents for SPS, you get roughly 71.5 million or 72 million, we'll call it, SPS that would be burned in order to bring that DEC into the marketplace. So I'm looking at this from a very kind of conservative standpoint where, let's say nobody's buying SPS. Let's say all of us need DEC, but we're all sitting on a good amount of SPS that we're willing to burn, or we're earning the SPS that is currently coming out and through various rewards, right? Which is anywhere between 600 million to a billion per day, right? That's somewhere in that range. So if we just started burning that, well, two things. The first of which would probably be a good thing is that if we start just burning through that, even though the price isn't going up, sell pressure would reduce because people would start just burning whatever they are earning, right? And then the second part of that is if people do need SPS, then it starts to go up in price. Although then the 71 million ratio of what we're looking at would probably start to go down because the higher SPS is, the less of it you would have to burn in order to bring a billion DEC into the marketplace. So when we think about this, right, we know that let's look at land first. Land at its core, right? If we were to max out everything, that alone will require 7.5 billion DEC in order to get up and running. Now, I think that's a pipe dream. I don't think we're ever really going to get there, right, where 100% of land is utilized. I think a great position for us to be in by, the end of next year, we'll call it, assuming Land 2.0 comes out, would be anywhere between like 60 to 80% utilization, which is 4.5 to 6 billion DEC. Again, all of that is more than the amount that we currently have circulating. So we would need to bring all of that in, right? 4.5 to 6 billion DEC. And if the price of SPS was not moving at all, we'd burn through all of the liquid amount with just that, right? 70 million times, was it 4? I guess, yeah, 4 that we would need for the 4 billion. That's 20 or 280 million right there. Again, we know that the DAO is sitting on like 100 million SPS, and then there's a bunch in liquidity pools as well. So that's just talking about land. But then when we talk about Rebellion, right? And Riftwatcher still to a certain extent over the next couple of months, but Rebellion over the next 12 months. Now, even just to get, 1 million in sales, that's going to require 1 million packs sold, I should say. That's going to require 4 billion DEC. Now, Matt's very conservative estimate was 1.5 million packs, which would be 6 billion DEC. But if we go anywhere crazy, right, where I was looking at, the amount of packs that would be needed by just the current player base based on Rift Watchers, that showed that we could probably get up to 3 million, again, over the course of a year, 3 million packs. I'm not saying it's going to happen now. I'm not going to saying it's going to happen in December or January, but over the course of the life of the set, 3 million packs, that's 12 billion DEC. And we're talking about burning 70 million SPS for each of those billion coming into play. So this is not financial advice. I'm not telling you to go ape into SPS. I'm just saying that at this point in time, with the amount of potential sinks that are coming up for DEC, and of course the required SPS burning that would go hand in hand with that, we would really start to eat through that amount of SPS fairly quickly. Because even let's go on the conservative side here. All right, let's just go on the conservative side. Let's say land is a flop, but let's say Rebellion kicks ass, right? So everybody's like super excited about Rebellion. I'm not even going to count any of the DEC that's going towards land right now, which again, we know is a lot. So I'm being a little, kind of conservative here, and just obviously we're just picking and choosing things. But if we just go with the 1.5 million packs, I mean, that's 6 billion DEC. 6 billion DEC. Now, the fact is, the DAO would have to cycle through all of that. Sorry, not the DAO, but the team would cycle through a lot of that, right? Because they would get it as revenue and then they'd sell it back. But half of it would be going to the DAO and it'd be locked up in the DAO unless we decided to do something with it. So that 6 billion is actually only 3 billion that needs to be minted, right? And then we cycle it through twice to get all of it essentially, or most of it, into the DAO. Again, I don't think that's going to happen. That'd be obviously too clean of a scenario. But even 3 billion DEC is going to require 200 million SPS burned based on what we have right now. And so again, I'm just saying there should be some fun stuff up ahead as we start to see SPS get burned. I haven't even talked about all of the other areas in which people could see massive benefits and returns on all the DeFi, the LPs and things like that, where all of a sudden people might just start burning SPS to start going into the DEC pools if the price of SPS does start rising. But again, if the price of SPS does start rising, you need to toss out that 70 million SPS per billion, right? That starts to go down dramatically the higher SPS goes. But then we have a different problem. We have a good problem. SPS is going up, right? So, and maybe that's not even a problem, right? That's actually exactly what we want to see. It's just all of a sudden you need to burn less SPS in order to make that happen. And hopefully we will find some cool new equilibrium that will make everybody even more bullish on the game over the next, we'll call it 12 weeks or so between now and we'll call it like January or February. But that's all I have for you guys in this video. Just wanted to share some of those raw numbers with you. Hopefully you are excited about what is happening in Splinterlands. Again, not even from a tokenomics and investing standpoint, because this is not an investing channel, but from a gameplay standpoint. There's a lot of cool syncs that are coming out in the game for DEC, and I think we're going to see a lot of SPS get burned for it in the very near future. But I'm being a little too optimistic here. I'm being a little too bullish. I'm going to go ahead and rein it back. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. I will catch you all in the next video and see you around the game. Take care.